Hey guys, welcome to this video. My name is John Watts. I want to talk to you today about financial advisors, brokers, registered investment advisors, whatever their title is, and a couple of common ways that they mistreat or lie to their customers, and that ultimately can have a devastating effect on investments that you have. And whether this is you, whether this is a family member, a friend, particularly now that the markets have kind of gone down some, it exposes a lot of times what were bad investments. And so I want to encourage you, if you think that you may have a problem or you're looking at your portfolio and it doesn't make sense, to reach out to us. And you can reach us at contactjohnwatts.com. And I'll be glad to look at your situation. And I work with some other lawyers and we'll take a look at it, see if there's anything there. But let me give you just two general areas that are big drivers of fraud and misconduct by these brokers and advisors. The first is that it's just good old-fashioned fraud. Okay, it's just absolute fraud. And the second is just malpractice or negligence, just not knowing what they're doing. So let me give you a couple examples to flesh those out. First of all, just fraud. So this could be something where you go and meet with a broker, maybe you're transferring a good portion of your assets to them, and you say, look, I want to stay in the investments I have except one change. And they go, okay, well, fill out this form. And so you fill it out, they fill it out, you sign it. They go, you know what, you may want to make other changes. Why don't you just go ahead and sign a couple more forms? I won't do anything without your permission, but this way you don't have to come back in. It won't be a pain. And so if you ever call me, we can handle this and we can make these changes in your portfolio. Okay, well, that seems like a good idea. Trustworthy guy, I go to church with you, or you've taken care of my brother, or whatever it may be. So you sign some blank documents. Well, then it could be 6 months or 6 years later, you're looking at your portfolio going, why in the world am I in this bizarre real estate investment trust that's just cratered here? Or why they put me in this private placement investment? Or why they put me in this sort of advanced option strategy? And so you call like, hey, what happened? You know, I brought over $1 million and I'm down 200,000 this year. And it's almost all from this really crazy investment. They go, well, you approved it. You signed it. Like, I don't remember signing that. So they send it to you and sure enough, it's your signature. But you go, wait a minute. I only met that advisor in his or her office on that first visit. This is dated 2 years later. I never signed that in front of them. And then it hits you. Oh, they got you to sign some. That's fraud. Okay. Or they take something you signed and it's filled out and you sign it and then they go back and change it. Now, we also see this in the paperwork required to show that you are an accredited investor. So typically we're talking about you make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in income. You have over $1 million net worth. There are various requirements to show that you're an accredited investor, which means you can get sort of some of the fancier investments. Well, let's say that you don't qualify, but they go in there and change the numbers. You know, you had 500,000 in assets and they put 1.5 million. Okay, you know, 1,500,000, so it's 1.5 million. And so now they use that to justify putting you in these investments that you never should have been put into. Okay, so that's fraud. Now there's another side of it. And look, frankly, it doesn't make any difference on the loss that you've suffered. Okay, whether it's fraud or just incompetence. But you may have an investor that's or an advisor that says, you know what, I've got this great deal. It's this, you know, it's a little complicated, but it's this variable annuity. I mean, it'll just knock your socks off. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Or there's this commercial real estate investment trust, REIT. And man, it is unbelievable. I've got to get you in there. I mean, we've only got like 30 more minutes. I can't get any more clients in. You've got to do this now. Trust me, it's fantastic. I've studied it. Can't lose on this thing. Well, the truth is that this advisor, this broker, they have no idea what they put you in. They don't understand it. Okay? They haven't gone through and studied everything. Well, why are they doing it? Because they're getting a big bonus for selling that. They're getting a big commission. Maybe they're meeting their numbers for the quarter or the month or the year, and it gets them a new car or this fancy trip. And that's why they put you in it. Now, did they put you in it knowing or suspecting that this thing would crater on you? No, that's furthest thing from their mind. But they don't actually study it. They don't know what's underlying sort of the marketing materials from this insurance company or this real estate investment trust. All they know is, hey, that looks good and I'm going to make a lot of money if I put you in it. And so was there evil motives? Was there malice? No. But there was incompetency. And an advisor, a broker, I don't care what you call them, they should not put you in something that they don't understand. Because if they don't understand it, how do they know that it's appropriate for you? How do they know it's in your best interest? They don't. And so I would look at your investment portfolio. Again, it's maybe for you who are watching it. Maybe this is for your parents. You've heard them talk about, we just got crushed. I mean, we've just lost a third, 40% of our portfolio, after this COVID-19 thing. Say, well, let's look at that. And look, maybe everything's on the up and up. Just, maybe you were in really aggressive positions and that's what you wanted and you enjoyed the gain and, what goes up sometimes comes down. But a lot of times we have particularly older retirees that will tell their advisor, look, I don't want to do anything risky. I just want nice and steady and slow and boring, but I don't want to lose anything. Broker's like, oh, I got this real estate investment, or I got this variable annuity, I've got fill in the blank, can't lose. It's private placement, which is just like instead of buying Amazon stock, it's some private company and it's not through a normal stock exchange, and you buy into that and it can be worthless for you. Okay. And so they tell you, oh, I got this great thing, it'll meet all your needs. And then it doesn't, because it is really aggressive, and then it crashes. Whether that's following the market, sometimes it's the opposite of the market. Okay, it doesn't matter. If they put you in something that's inappropriate because they lied to you or because they just don't know any better, and you've suffered loss from that, or your father, your mother, your grandparents, your uncle, your best friend, coworker, whoever, then they should check that out and see, are they entitled to some compensation for that? Now, normally that's done through arbitration. And sometimes people are afraid of arbitration. I'll tell you this. I've spent many, many years, 25 years, doing jury trials, okay? And all different types of cases, personal injury, mortgage fraud, life insurance fraud, all sorts of fraud, and just bad conduct, suing banks. And we also do this. And some people say, well, how can you do that? Because one's in arbitration, one's not. Well, first of all, a lot of sort of, normal cases are in arbitration too. But ultimately, it doesn't matter because it all comes down to persuasion. Can you, as a lawyer, explain and tell a compelling story that whoever's listening to that goes, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. I see what happened here. Because whether it's a juror, a federal judge, a state judge, one arbitrator, a panel of arbitrators, they're trying to figure out who the bad guy is, who the good guy is. How did we get from here to here? Was it an accident, or was somebody incompetent, or was somebody committing fraud? And so whatever the environment is, persuasion is still the same, okay? Now, obviously details. If I have a commercial litigator who only does jury trials between two businesses and he says to me, hey, John, I want to sue a credit bureau or I want to sue a bank. Well, he may not know the exact details of that law, but the persuasion is the same. Same thing when talking about FINRA type arbitration, okay? So that's my suggestion to you, is look at this, and we'll do some more videos where we talk about other examples, but just in general, if you've either had a big decline or you're looking going, why in the world am I in this crazy stuff? I never agreed to this. Then it's worth checking that out, and I'll be happy to talk with you about that. Okay, guys, thanks for watching this video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.